Rev up your engines! Today I'm going to show you some products that I've tried out that I found quite interesting. Maybe you'll get them for Christmas for somebody, maybe for yourself. And in the interest of honesty, none of these are paid advertisements. I try out various products. If I like them, I talk about them. If I don't, well, sorry about the people that send me the stuff I don't talk about, but you just don't cut the mustard. I'm looking at price, quality, the best of all worlds, and I'll show you what I think are good products. I found this Reolink security system is quite interesting for various reasons. Now you can put them just about anywhere. I got one in my garage, the inside of the garage peeking out, set up in the front door too. I got one in the back of my garage. Okay, I got them all over the place. You can cover whatever you want. That's the advantage of a system like this. Each individual unit can be purchased and used as a standalone, or you can bundle them all together on one system. The indoor ones are simple. You just plug them into a wall and they work, and the outdoor ones you can power with these cool solar panels. And it is a true wireless system. They talk to your internet. Now, of course, you gotta have internet for this. Who doesn't have internet these days? And of course, you need a smartphone. You can see right here, Reolink. There it goes. It's setting itself up. See, it does pretty good streaming. Front door, sunroom, kitchen, garage side, garage back. Here we are, look, we can wave at me. Here I am. How you doing, Scotty? What you up to there, huh?
Hey, you, get out of my garage!
You can get some modules as little as $60. Have one, put it on your phone. You might put one in the middle of your house. They twirl all the way around. You can see absolutely everything. And the advantage is, I'm a cheapskate. I don't want to pay some service $50, $80 a month, right? You buy these things, that's it. You control it all yourself, just using your cell phone. And I know techie guys are going to whine. They're going to say, it doesn't do geofencing and all these really high-tech stuff. Hey, you see what's happening. You can talk to people with it. That's perfectly fine. It's got alarms set up. You want to put alarms on it. You can do whatever you want with it. And for this price point, hey, it may be an economy system, but it does everything that I want. As you're going to see, here's the one I stuck in the kitchen. I can look around the whole house with it. Check it out. I can check the back door. We can twirl it around. There's the side door. And it goes 360, so we'll turn it back around. There's the side door. There's the back door. And there's the kitchen window. And there's the front door. You can cover the whole house. And that's just one camera. Mind you, I have an open concept house here. So one can twirl all the way around. You can have them outside looking at the doors, looking at the garage, one in the garage. I got another one looking at the cellar. I mean, you can put in whatever you want. And it's not a deal like, oh, I got to buy something, a whole new system because I need something else. You just add the ones you want. You can buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to buy. Add it to the system. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. Follow the directions. Anyone can follow them. They're simple. You just use your camera. Just needs a QR scanner so it can scan the information that's on the bottom of the things. And like I said, the tech guys, they might not like them. Oh, they don't do enough. Hey, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You could spend a few $100 and get some pretty good security. You can talk back. You can hear what's happening. It receives sound too. So, not a bad deal for a system that you can build any way you want. It's a pretty good system at a very reasonable price. How many cameras you want, decide. You decide you want more, you buy another one. They just add right onto your phone. Anybody can easily hook it up. If you can use your cell phone, you can use the system. And of course, yeah, you need internet at your house because it works on the internet. Just runs straight off the modem. All the wireless on the modem, your phone accesses it. You can look at it anywhere you are. And I found with my phone, it works perfectly fine with 5G, wherever I am. Now, the next thing I'll talk about is the mid-level scan tool. This CG Sulet SC880 is a pretty interesting mid-level scan tool. For guys that are relatively serious about working on your car, I doubt if you really want to buy my $5,500 scan tool, you're not going to be happy with a $50 one either. This could be a happy medium for many people. It's about a $300 scan tool. As you can see here, you can do the engine, cruise control, mobilizer, airbag system, occupant detectors, and a whole lot more if your vehicle is newer than this '07 Matrix. Now, it is a small unit. Unfortunately, it is somewhat slow. You need more patience with these smaller, cheaper units. They're not going to be lightning fast. But depending on your vehicle, it can do a lot of things. CVT transmission, the particulate filter in a diesel, electronic parking brake, EVAP test, gear relearn. If you got fancy headlights, it can relearn them. It can do fuel injectors, odometer, reset your oil when it's time to change it, tire pressure monitoring service, transmission relearn. You can mess with turbo and windows and doors. Now, of course, this is just a $300 tool. It's not going to do that for all cars. The company itself says if you're going to buy one of these, contact them and ask them what it can do for your car, because some of them it will and some of them it won't. But then again, even on my $5,700 scan tool, some of them it will and some of it won't. If it does what you want, it's a decent deal for you. It'll be a little machine, but it's pretty powerful. It does all the regular reading codes, live data, freeze frame. It does graphing of data. Gotta say, this is a Toyota. It's going pretty smoothly here. Multi-graphs, you can merge graphs. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's a tool for somebody who wants to go a little further working on their car. You might want to mess with your airbag system. You might want to mess with the anti-lock brake system, not pay a mechanic a small fortune. Just as I said, you never know. This is a new scan tool. This particular company has specialized in the past on lower end scan tools that did quite a bit for a low price. I did one on their cheaper one a while back, and for a cheap scan tool, it actually does quite a bit. Now, this is a lot more advanced than their cheaper ones. For a $300 scan tool, it might be something that you want to get if you're serious about working on your car and you want to get involved in doing things that a mechanic might charge you thousands of dollars to do. See what you can figure out yourself. It is with any new product, there often are glitches here and there, but I'm trying this $300 one out. And so far, it works pretty good. You know, I mean, it doesn't do what my $5,700 one does. Of course it doesn't. But if you like messing around with stuff like fuel trims and gear relearning, you can use it to play around with things. It's an interesting tool at that price point. Now, next thing I'm going to talk about is automotive touch-up paint. Your car looks bad, you want it to look good. You know, you get those little touch-up paints in a lipstick container where you brush it on. It's never going to look right. Paint is sprayed on your car. You want it to look good, you gotta spray it on. And I found this automotive touch-up company. Good name, you know, finally. Somebody came up with a great name. You'd think somebody would have taken it, but I guess not. It works quite well. The bumper on this Matrix keeps getting hit by people in parking lots, so I touched up a lot of the bad parts, and it looks pretty good. Thing is, you just go to your car, and you get the color and trim numbers off the door. Color, trim, HQ5. What does it say on the paint? Tell you the base coat. 8Q5. And base coat is exactly what it is, the base coat. Your base coat and also the clear coat from the same company. That makes it shine. If you just put a base coat on, that's why a lot of touch-ups look like crap, because the base coat is what gives you the color. The clear coat is what makes it shine. If you don't shine it with the clear coat, it's going to look like crap. See how this is still shiny? It's still shiny because first you put the base coat, let it dry, the next day come and put the clear coat on it. You gotta do both. If you don't, it's gonna look like crap. And yes, there's an art to painting. I'm not the greatest painter in the world, I admit it. I'm even giving up with my garage floor here. I was gonna paint it, the paint keeps peeling off. I'm gonna get those cool little tiles that interlock. I'm gonna do the whole thing when I come back here in the spring. And I'll have a really cool bottom to go with my insulated top. But as for the paint, it's going back on the Matrix in case somebody hits me on my way back. Now, if you don't want to be stranded by a dead battery or a flat tire, I keep this thing in my trunk. It's a real handy device, and it's real. It's not some cheap piece of junk. It's solidly built. You can tell by the heft, and that it's 6,000 amps. You can see the jumper cables. These aren't little alligator clips, right? These are solid ones with thick wires. It's quite good for jump-starting cars, so you'll never get stranded. But it's also a good air pump for pumping up your tires. Try to find a working air pump at a gas station these days, you know? And of course, it's got all those flashing lights and stuff for a safety device. It's a pretty handy tool. But here's what I like about it most. See how it says 100%? I filled up car tires. I got a flat on my John Deere tractor tire, so I had to pump that up. I've used this quite a bit in the last couple of months. It's still at 100% power. It's got a strong lithium battery. Like I say, it's pretty heavy. It's not some piece of junk that's gonna let you down. Easy to fill the tires. It's got the little hose. You just take it where you want, fill it up. It's got a big hose too. I don't know what the big hose is for. Why they give you a big hose? This is all you need to fill a tire, right? I guess if you're lazy, you can have a long hose and keep bringing the hose. I don't know. This is good enough for me. I've never used the long hose. The short one works perfectly fine. You can take it where you want. And like I say, I filled a bunch of tires up with it, and it's still at 100%. I've gotten some cheaper ones of these things from other companies. Man, you fill up 1 or 2 tires and it's down to 20% charge. This is still at 100%, and it's 29 degrees outside today in Rhode Island. I'm impressed with this unit. It's also neatly designed, see? Hose snaps right in, and then the whole thing just zips in the case. Nice handle too, because it's heavy. You don't want to lose the pieces, right? The charger's in there. The jumper cables are in there. You get the charger and you need it, and the jumper cables are gone, it doesn't do you any good. And sure, you're going to pay a little bit more for quality, but hey, when it comes to safety on the road, I'm not whining about a few bucks here or there. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is this pony Vise that I got and stuck in my garage here in Rhode Island. Don't buy a cheap, junky one. This wasn't all that expensive. Bought it on Amazon, and it is a heavy-duty vise. You bolt it down, it twirls wherever you want, you lock it in place, simple tighten up, doesn't move now. Like I say, don't buy a really cheap one. You get a good one like this. Look at the jaws. You can screw new jaws in. It's got nice pipe grips here. It is a solid working area. So I guess that's my solid advice on a solid vise. And this little vise fits all my needs. Don't buy a chintzy little one. You're going to regret it later. Get one that can handle whatever you want to do. Then you have a serious vise. Bolt it to a nice solid frame so it doesn't fall on your feet and break your toes. Spend a little bit extra and get a decent one. Don't buy some cheap piece of crap. Now, this wasn't all that expensive. This Pony Jorgensen cost me 79 bucks. But it's worth it. You get yourself a $39 or $49 one, believe me, if you do any kind of serious work, you're going to wish you spent a little bit more money. That bolts on good. That very easily locks in place solid. Don't waste your money on a cheap one. This is cheap enough and very high quality steel. I'm happy with it. So now you know a few decent tools. Didn't get the really cheap ones, but didn't get the ones that cost a small fortune. Ones that could last you a long time. I hate buying stuff that doesn't last. It just unnerves me. So I try to pass my information on to everybody else so we can fix things when they break right the first time. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.